Guys, welcome back. Mother's Day is coming up, so I thought I would show you some ideas for things you can make for mom. Um, Here are two different wreaths. There's a simpler version for younger students, and then there's a little bit of a more complicated version for any students who are in the upper grades. All right, guys, all you'll need for this is something with a circle bottom. So that can be anything like a cup, it can be a jar, it can be a lid, anything that you have around your house that is a circle. We're going to need that. You'll also need a pencil, eraser, a black outline pen, and some colors, either colored pencils or crayons or markers, anything to kind of add color to your drawing. All right, let's get started. So here I've got my piece of paper, and I have a small little tub. This was just kind of hanging around in the garage, so I picked it up because it's got a nice round bottom. I'm going to put it down onto my paper, and make sure you pick something that will fit, and I'll hold it around so I can see all the sides. I don't want my circle going off any of the sides, okay? All right, and then I'm going to trace it. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to go around the bottom very slowly, all the way around until I complete it. And then I'll take that top off and I should have a nice, pretty nice even circle. All right, that's a great way to get nice even circles. Just use things around the house. All right, so we've got our main part. Now we're going to start adding some details. So this is going to be the simpler version, and then I'll kind of modify it. I'll change it to make it a little bit more harder. All right, on the sides of this circle, I want you to make V's. And the V is going to meet on that line. So I'm going to start on the line. I'm going to go up and out. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So I've got one V. I'm going to continue making V's all the way around that circle that we made. And it's okay if they're different sizes. It's okay if they kind of go off of the line a little bit. And remember, when you're drawing, it's a good tip to turn your paper as you go. I'm just going all the way around and making V's. They're not super skinny V's. They're kind of wide. See how open they are at the top? And I'm going to do this all the way around, and I'm leaving space. I'm not putting them right on top of each other because I do want some space. But I'm just making lots of V's all the way around my circle. So if you traced a really small circle, you probably won't have a lot of V's, and that's okay. And if you trace a really big circle, like I did, you will have a lot of V's. So it will be a little bit more work. But whatever you do, it will come out nicely, I promise. All right, so here we've got our V's. And now you can start to see they kind of are looking a little bit more like vines. Now, on the ends of some of those V's, we're going to put leaves. So I'm going to start on one V. I'm just going to pick any V. And I'm going to make a curved line up to a point. And then I'm going to take that point and bring it back down to my V. So I've got a leaf. I'm going to continue that, but I'm going to skip every other one. So I'm going to make a leaf here, but not there. I'm going to make a leaf here, but I'm going to skip that one. And I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to keep turning my paper, and my leaves are going to keep on skipping. And it's okay. Some of them can go in different directions. They can look different. Any way you want to make it will look really nice. To be honest, anyone in your life who is going to receive this as a gift is going to absolutely love it because it's handmade And that just means so much more when you take your time to make something. All right, so there I've got my leaves. Now I want to do the same thing, but I want to put those leaves on the inside of the V. And I'm only going to do it on the V's that have the leaf on the outside. So remember, we were skipping. We're going to do the same thing on the inside. I'm going to make one leaf here, skip, make one leaf here, skip, and I'm just going to continue that. And it's okay if your leaves are kind of pointing or a little rounded. Any way you make it is going to be great. And the idea for this is that you can make this design on a piece of paper. Just fold the paper in half so it looks like a card. And then you can draw this on the cover and it'll be a nice little drawing. And on the inside, you can write a nice message for Mother's Day, whether that be for your grandma or your mom or your aunt, anyone special in your life that helps take care of you or watches out for you, even a teacher. We love receiving these things. All right, so there we have it. I've got my circle, I've got my V's, I've got leaves on some of the V's, and then I'm going to write Mom in the middle, and you can write it in any style you want. I have two styles to show you. I have just regular letters that I wrote Mom, and then I made them really thick with my outline pen. That's how I got it so dark. Or if you are an upper grade student, you can also do cursive or fancy calligraphy if you've learned how to do cursive. All right, so continuing. Next, I want you to take that black outline pen and I want you to outline this shape and the leaves. All right, once you've got it all outlined, go ahead and take your eraser and lightly erase any pencil marks that are still showing. Before you do that though, make sure that your ink is dry. And a good way to do that is to kind of hold your paper up and see if there's any parts that look shiny. If it looks shiny, that tells you the ink's still wet. But if it doesn't look shiny, you're good to go. So go ahead, take your pencil eraser and lightly erase. All right, and there we have it. We made a nice little wreath. Go ahead, color those leaves in. Write Mom on the inside, or grandma, or auntie, whoever you'd like to give this to, your teacher, your neighbor. Anyone would love to receive this. So please make it for someone special. Now, this could be it. You could be done. If you are an upper grade student, which is like third, fourth, fifth, maybe even second if you're really interested in drawing, I'm going to show you how to add some little roses. And they're really simple roses. They're not very detailed, but it's enough to give your wreath a little bit of color. Here's what we do. Remember all those V's that we skipped? Well, now we're going to add some flowers onto those V's. The way that I do that, and I'm actually going to do it with my outline pen so you can see it a little bit better, but I recommend you do it in pencil first, is to start a little above the V. And you're going to make a spiral. So you're going to go around. And after you've got it looking like the shape of an E, you're going to begin to make curvy and wavy lines around, and then close it on itself. And you'll start to see it looks like a flower. You don't have to do that on every single V. You can kind of put the flowers where you'd like. I spread them out a little differently on mine. So definitely make it your own. Make it unique. Make it a way that you like. And then you're just going to continue that. You can put some on the inside. And I'm just making those wavy lines around. You can put them on the outside. Start with that swirl and then turn it into wavy lines around. You can just keep on doing that. And make it however you'd like, really. I think because of the way that I clustered the V's together, it looks very crowded, very cluttered right here. I kind of like that I spaced them out more. So, you know, this is just the first time you're doing it. Definitely try it again. Try some different ways. If you know how to draw different flowers, you can definitely add those too as well. This is just meant to be fun and a nice way to make someone in your life feel special. So I'm going to continue, and I'm doing it on the outside just to give you an idea. And don't worry if the flowers don't look the same as each other. You know, if you go out to a garden, I promise you'll never see two roses that are exactly identical. Nature just doesn't do that. Everything is kind of its own thing. All right, so there we go. I decided not to put the flowers on the inside just because of how closely together I put my V's, but this is a personal preference, okay? If you want the flowers on the inside, do the flowers on the inside. And don't forget to write a name. So I am going to put Mom in the middle, and I'm just going to do a box style. So I'm going to take my outline pen, and do you see how I'm thickening that line? I'm just kind of tracing over it to make it wider and wider. And then I close off the top. I'm going to do that again when I start to make the angled lines of the M. I'm just going over the line very carefully, and I'm making sure to stay right on top of it. I'm not leaving any space because I want it to look like it's just one letter. I don't want it to look like it's a bunch of different lines. Okay, so same thing for the O. I kind of trace and trace and trace. And the M, I go up and down, up and down, up and down. Same thing for the first hump. And then for the second hump. All right. And there it is, guys. You've made a wreath. So feel free to add that onto anything that you love to give to someone for Mother's Day. I'll show you my originals. And definitely add color. You can see how much better it looks when you add color. All right, guys, I hope you had a good day, and I hope you give this to someone special, and I promise they will love it. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.